defensive objectives, okay? So you got to create turnovers. We need turnovers against these guys, okay? That's one thing Joe Burrow's been good at is throwing the ball to other people that's not in the same jersey, all right? I want to see Jamar Chase get there like this, coming up to after the game like that, the same thing again against the Chiefs, okay, in that locker room. I want to see that from Jamar Chase. Hurt, don't know what to do, don't know what to say, pissed off, throwing a hissy fit. I want to see those things from him, okay? So got to win on the first down. Like you said, Brown, I don't think is going to do it for him. Zach Moss might be the guy because they're going to try to throw the ball to him out of the backfield. We got to shut that down, all right? Don't give up the big play. We understand that. That's one thing. They're going to try our corners. They're going to see what Jamar Chase is going to be able to do. I understand right now at this point, Jamar Chase wants to get back into the swing of things, all right? We cannot give up the big play. He's a big-time receiver. He makes big plays. We cannot give it up to him. And if we have McDuffie traveling with him, that's what we got to be able to do. We don't know if Higgins is going to go out and he's going to play. If he's not, we got to prepare ourselves like he is, okay? Jalen Watson did a great job last time. If it's Joshua Williams, if it's Najee, whoever it may be, guys got to be ready and prepared, right? Eliminate foolish penalties, okay? We didn't really have a whole lot of defensive penalties this past game. We can't go into some bad penalties, holding guys, okay? If you're going to get beat on a play, I ain't got no problem with you grabbing a dude, so he don't hit his head on the goalpost. I don't have no problem with that. If you had to grab him, then you just line up and play the next play. And then we got to be able to do this. Can we score on defense? I'm waiting for us to score on defense. I think this week we have a chance and opportunity, okay? We hit the running backs hard. We go up there and take one. Hopefully McDuffie gets one this year. I want to see McDuffie go out there and actually, compete and get a couple of picks. He was great knocking the ball down. I want him to take it to the other side, to the house. And so we had to go ahead and do that thing as well. But for right now, Marcus, those things is to me, defensively, they're going to have to do that to win the game. And so obviously we go to the winning on special teams. I think we got a big, heads up on those things as far as like being better than them. So those are the keys, winning the game against them. So
now, when you see that they were able to, obviously with their 17% pressure rate was Patriots last week, but the fact they were only rushing 4 guys pretty much all game, they still managed to get 3 sacks, and then they have with their 2 turnovers, fumbles. And when I see that reminds me of how they play us. They usually don't blitz. They don't send blitzers when they come together. They usually just they rush their front 4, and that's pretty much it. Or sometimes front 3, and they come get us. And they cause they kind of wreak havoc with guys like Hendrickson, who we've kind of said Karlaftis reminds us of that, a guy who's got a nonstop motor. But it's funny that seems like they're susceptible to what they generally do against us, and I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. I got to go and kind of check that game out a little bit more as far as like how they was able to come out. But we know that, Spags like bringing blitzes from different places. And I think, they're not used to that, seeing those type of things. And we're going to test it. We're going to test exactly how the fortitude of that offensive line and their backs. We didn't really get to hit home last week. Chris Jones came out there. He's going to be solid this week. But we need to see more out of our defensive ends. We talked about that. Karlaftis, FAU, Dannon, Herring, all those guys. Warranty, they had a good job. They had a good game last week. We want to see Nnamdi do a much better job. Now we'll start seeing some of the linebackers come up here, Drew Tranquil. Let him come in and let him eat. Bringing Reed down. Let him come off the edge, come up the middle, whatever it needs to do. And so I think if we do that, bring that pressure, we're going to hit home. We're going to hit home quite a few times.
Yeah, I hope so. I guess my whole thing is if he is indeed injured and the fact he's not wanting to throw the ball downfield, I think with our blitz packages, with who we have up front and Chris Jones, I think Burrow's going to try to get rid of that ball quickly like he was doing last week. And 4 for 13 on third down, that's not a recipe for success in this league, no matter who you play. And even when you play, a team that was almost nearly a 10-point underdog against you, that's not going to win many games.
No, it's not. So Todd Tofree said Boat needs to have a good game.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he does. Okay. And let me get into this. If you haven't seen me on Twitter, you didn't see this a little bit that we talked about Bolton. And him getting to about where he needs to be, I've been defending this guy, and he really doesn't need me to defend him. He doesn't. His number speaks for itself. And I call some of these people out here, fair weather Bolton fans. All right. Some took, offense to it. And what I was saying is, if you look what fair weather means, it means that you own a guy when he's up and the team when they're up, and when they're down, you jump ship. So my thing is, I think there is a little bit of some fair weatherness going on with Nick Bolton. Here we talk about a prolific tackler. Okay. He has been an unbelievable linebacker for us since he's been here. Last year he was hurt. We understand that. Got hurt. Dislocated wrist is what he had, Marcus. Dislocated wrist. Man misses 9 games. He comes back. Still trying to get back in shape because you can't practice when you have surgery on your wrist, right? You can't hit. You can't simulate the physicality of the game. And then all of a sudden, when he comes back, he still got to get into shape. So he comes back a couple games and he's still slow because he's still trying to gauge, how do I make a tackle with this big old thing on my wrist, right? Something new to him. So it took a couple of games to get back to where he was. The last 5 games of the season, he's lights out Bolton again. That's who he is, okay? That's what he was doing. He was killing guys in the game. So my thing is this, okay? And everybody's talking about his cover skills. Oh, well, Bolton can't cover this and that. Blah. If you look at the PFF, the grade they gave him in 2022, he was right up there almost about 80% in cover, okay? He was one of the top cover linebackers in the NFL at that time, okay? Better than Drew Tranquil, okay? The guy that we got here. So he slows down last year. Why? Because he had a lot of injuries, okay? He was a little bit out of shape. He had to come back in, but he got back up there. And the thing is, I'm not saying he's the best cover linebacker. We ain't asking to be Fred Warner, okay? We ain't, there's guys that do certain things good and some things well. Bolton can cover guys when he needs to, okay? He is still trying to work himself back into shape. Will he have a good game this week? We don't know. We don't know. I know they don't have the type of tight ends that they used to have, okay? There's some guys that's okay. But Bolton, from what he does, he's a very capable cover guy. He's a very capable cover guy. Am I saying he's better than Drew Tranquil? Maybe not. I don't know. I tell you what, he could contend with him. It's not like he's just terrible. Bolton gets the job done in the passing game. That's the reason Spags has him out there. He has him out there because he knows that Bolton understands the entire defense. You don't have to be the best cover guy. You just have to be in the best position possible to win that rep. And most of the times he's there. So yeah, he's gonna challenge guys in the passing game. Okay. So the slander is crazy to me with this whole Nick Bolton. It's crazy. I just don't understand it. Somebody was like, well, he lost a step and he doesn't have the athleticism. I'm like, give me that athleticism that you lost a step in. Let me have that. Okay. Because he looks damn well pretty good. Now, he still got to get into shape. Nobody's saying that. He still has to get into shape. Nick Bolton will tell you that. Nick Bolton will tell you he'll need to have a better game. And I hope he does. And I will say the same thing. He needs to have a much better game. And so I trust that he's getting himself back together. I trust that he's getting himself back into shape. Guess what? If he have a better game, Drew Tranquil, Chanel, all those guys are going to be right there helping him in that whole process, okay? This is what these guys do. Those guys do a great job of covering each other's backs, and it's no different. So I'm not expecting to run around the field covering everybody like Likely, okay? And Likely's not just somebody, just a tight end that's a decent guy. He's a hell of a receiving tight end. He is, okay? He's going to give anybody fits, anybody. And so that's my thing, what I'm saying about it in the contention. So, yes, he needs to have a much better game. No question about it, okay? And I think he will. And so just like Mike Brennan says, Spags has Bolton in the heart of the D. Absolutely, for a reason. And Spags we trust. No doubt about it. Spags know Bolton better than me, you, and anybody else out here, what he's doing, what he's capable about doing, okay? And he wouldn't put him in a situation he's not able to do it. Now, if he's not in shape and he's like, okay, we'll have you matched up now doing this, Bolton, they will.
Come on, baby, go. Yes! That's a first down, it's a first down, it's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop.
Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now.
Okay, and I trust the game plan to be what it needs to be. So, yeah, I agree with you. He definitely needs to have a much better game. He'll get there. I see it week 3. We'll probably see the Bolton of old, and I trust that. But no doubt about it, Chanel played a great game. He's going to be a key guy for us as well. So I'm just one of those guys, man. I support my guys, but I understand the process of when you hurt, trying to get back on the field, how long it takes to get back in shape when you didn't have a chance to really get yourself in shape. It takes time. It takes time. People just want things instantly to happen. And so it's crazy to me how many people just kind of jump ship on a guy when he's not at his best. It's almost like kicking a guy when he's down. You don't kick him when he's down? Come on, man. It ain't cool.
Well, I think it's a combination of he's not playing well and he's on a contract year. So it's like, okay, I know what we might have to pay him. So like, it's better off. Let me jump ship now before, like, we don't have to pay him in the offseason kind of thing. I think that's what some people are maybe logic.
I heard that too, that we don't want to pay him Fred Warner money. Is he asking for Fred Warner money? I don't think he's asking that. Who knows? Yeah, I'm not saying he needs to get Fred Warner money. But can you make an argument that Nick Bolton is probably the best linebacker since we had since DJ? Certainly. And so for them, I think the Chiefs are exploring that. And I said the reason that he probably hadn't been signed or they're withholding some of that money is because he has been hurt. And that's just NFL business. That's what that is. So I wouldn't say it's based off of his production. We know he can produce. He's been producing. So
and I'll say this too: the level of tight end he's playing against this week with Drew Sample, Mike Gesicki, I think he'll be all right comparatively to last week's test.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Gesicki he's a receiving tight end, but you blow on that joker, it's so good. He'll fold quick.
Yeah.
He'll fold quick. So
yeah.
Susie said Bolton saved our ass on that last Bengals play, putting pressure on Likely to keep his foot in. Yes, he did. After he Likely had gotten over top of Drew Tranquil. Okay. And Bolton did what he needed to do just to get that toe out there on that line, just to push it. And so
and then what that shows you is it's having a short memory. Obviously, he can put his head down after getting dominated by Likely all game. He can put his head down, his tail between his legs, but no, he kept playing, and he made that play at the end where that little toe was out of bounds. You could say because of Bolton there with that little push. Yeah,
no question. So, yeah, I've been going this past week over the Bolton deal, man. I'm just like, yo, hey man, I'm gonna tell you the real, and so. From a player standpoint and a coach's standpoint, we don't give up on players because they're having a hard time, okay? And we understand the guy might be injured, but we do understand the value of what he brings to the entire scope of a team. And so he may not be 100% at his best, but his 90 or 85 or whatever it may be is still better than a lot of other people that you have, right? So.
Yeah, you got a comment from Go for Casey Forever. I'm a Chiefs fan over players. So that was his point, I guess, in regards to Bolton.
He said what now?
I'm a Chiefs fan over players. So Chiefs first over players.
You can't have Chiefs without the players.
That's true.
Those are guys that make it go. And so when you're talking about a guy like Nick Bolton who is so impactful in the things that we do, you can't discount that. So yeah, you could be Chiefs over players, but it takes the players to comprise the team to win. So yeah, you can be Chiefs over players if you want to, but the Chiefs will tell you, hey, man, look, we need that guy. We need a guy right here to go ahead and win when we need to, right? So we need a Bolton during the playoffs who's going to get 13 tackles, 10 tackles, and all those different things. We need a guy.
He followed up his comment by saying, I love all Chiefs players, but if they're playing like he has before. So I guess he loves him when he's playing on the top of his game, not when he's playing on his
fair weather. Go for KC forever, fair weathering. There it is, fair weathering, my man. Right? Hey, look, I'm just saying. I get it. Okay. That's, and people are like that. People like that. I shoot. Fine. And that's all right. You wear it on your sleeve. You can wear it on your sleeve, brother. Okay. I'm just saying, as far as like from a player, that's we know it. Shoot. We understand. Everybody,
well, there's a good example of that last year in baseball. I'll give a baseball example. In the Philadelphia Phillies, Trey Turner, their shortstop, he was having a really bad year. And obviously, Philadelphia, everyone knows, players, they boo when guys are in slumps. They get booed, like, oh, no, you suck, kind of thing. Instead of that, when he was going up to bat, he was getting cheers and applauses. And, and he said that really helped him get out of a slump, to know the fans were backing him and behind him through his really low slump of him not really hitting good at all. And he got out of a slump, and, he's been tearing it up since then. That was last year.
It helps, man. It helps when the tough times, and my brother Stu was sitting there saying that some people kick you when you're down. Yeah, they do, but you do have people that lift you up, right? Stuart Osman says everybody gets kicked while they're down. Not everybody. You got a good support system, which he does in the team. His coaches believe in him. Okay, that's all they need to worry about is the ones that's in the locker room. And you hear coaches say it all the time. Hey, there's only the guys in here that believed in us. And we seen it all last year when people was belling and fair weathering on the Chiefs not to win it all. Okay, and I get it. It was a little tight for some people, but we never wavered. At least I didn't. I know you said, Mark, you like, I don't know, but as a player, you gotta believe you're gonna be able to win. You got to believe you got to be able to pull it out. And for us, I don't think we had that luxury, because anytime that creeps into your mind that you don't have your guys back that's out there right beside you, then you lose. That's why I said this year, I believe when Patrick put his head in there and these guys out there, they're going to do it for them. They're going to do it for them. Okay. And it's not saying that they're not going to do it for the fans and everything. Obviously going to do it for the fans and organization. But they're saying we're putting in the work. We deserve these things. We deserve these things. John Clifford said, coach is going to the wheelbarrow. Absolutely. Get in the wheelbarrow. If you ain't heard the wheelbarrow story, get in the wheelbarrow. Okay? So, he didn't play. So I didn't follow Neil Smith to Denver. That's fine. When he played for the Chiefs. So when you talk about Chiefs over everything, over players, the player's still playing for the Chiefs. He goes somewhere else, fine. You don't have to follow him, okay? If you liked him when he was in Denver, if he's a good player, you should like guys because they're good players. I like talent. I like seeing talented guys out there. I do. But when he's on the team, he's a Chief, he's wearing that jersey, I'm rooting for that guy, 100%. We did the same thing with LRZ. Newt, did the same thing with LRZ, man. Guess what, Newt? Guess what? I still look at LRZ as our guy. Okay? He might be in a different jersey right now, and he might have went somewhere else, but he started with us, baby. He was our guy, all right?
And just like Newt, he's still following us, even though he's an LRZ guy. There you go. He's a day one Chiefs guy.
Day one Chiefs guy. And you're talking about Neil Smith. Neil Smith lives in Kansas City. That's his home.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his home. And if people pat him on the back, love him when they see him, that is his home. Okay? So
yeah. Yeah, and also too, you're making the point as Nick Bolton's still on the Chiefs. If he's having a rough spot right now, not to jump ship, because Bolton hasn't hit free agency yet. Go for Casey forever. He hasn't hit free agency, so he's still a Chiefs guy. So still back him while he's maybe not playing the best right now.
Yeah, I hear these guys, and what you all said, I still follow DeMarcus Robinson today. And everybody has different things. When I see DeMarcus Robinson catch football, I'm like, hey, look at him. Hey, Chiefs guy. I love seeing it. Tyreek Hill doing what he's doing down there, killing them. Like, shoot, he learned that in Kansas City. Shoot, that's what he did. So that's the reason. That's the reason. But my thing is, we got to give them guys support when they are down. That's what I'm saying. Like the fan weathering is a problem. I don't want you dropping a guy because he played for well. I want the Chiefs to do well. Okay, but this guy he's so imperative to the things that we do for our success. Okay, he is. But I'm not, man. Hey, I got you. Everybody has what they believe. I ain't got no problem with it.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.